As I prepare for my impending daughter, we'll call her impending doom. I'm joking. I'm reading baby books. Let me actually, since I'm talking about it, I'll show you. I still got, by the way, decorations up from the baby shower because, I don't know, it's fun. And also that light that was over there was pretty gross looking. So I've got, the book that I'm reading is upstairs. It's called Brain Rules. I forget the author, but it is written by a neuroscientist who has a couple kids himself and found that not only was the human brain the most fascinating thing that we could study, a child's human brain is the most fascinating thing. Then I've also got, I haven't read these yet, but I've got Simplicity Parenting, Using the Extraordinary Power of Less to Raise Calmer, Happier, and More Secure Kids. Buddhism for Mothers of Young Children, Becoming a Mindful Parent. I'm going to read this. I know it says for mothers. Bullshit. And you might have heard of this one. This one I already knew of beforehand. It's called Einstein Never Used Flashcards. How Our Children Really Learn and Why They Need to Play More and Memorize Less. Anyway, I tell you that to tell you this. In Brain Rules, the guy whose name I can't remember said that he attributed a quote to someone whose name I also can't remember about the difference between behaviors and specific instances of occurrences. And basically how you yourself, feel like when things happen to you, they are situational things. This is the situation that I'm in. This is the moment that I'm reacting to. Other people, me, viewing you, or someone else viewing me, will not attribute a specific event to your actions. They will assume a behavior of you. So what that means basically is, say you're late to work 2 days in 2 weeks, and then the next week you're late again. This seems to be a pattern of behavior that perhaps your boss is going to be like, Ryan, that's your name in this scenario. Ryan is a lousy timekeeper because he's been late to work 3 times in 3 weeks. And it's obviously a pattern of behavior that needs to be corrected. But if we step into Ryan's shoes for a moment, maybe the first week his car had a flat tire. And the second week his dog had to go to the vet and get put down. And the third week I'm trying to think of something that's not absolutely horrible. I don't know, he was at the doctor's office and the appointment went long because they found something horrible. The point is, in each of these cases, it was not the same thing that was happening. It was a pattern, sure, that there were 3 weeks that he was late to work, but each one of those was a specific unplanned incident. Maybe the doctor's office example is a bad maybe the doctor's office is a bad example because it could be planned. But you know what I mean. Ryan's boss is going to be like, Ryan has a pattern of being late for work, and it is obviously a behavior that must be corrected. When in actuality, there are 3 separate things that have happened to Ryan that have caused him to be late. The point is, to be better with people, it's important that you develop an empathy response. That's what the Brain Rules book is talking about. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes and understand the situation from their point of view. And you've probably heard that a million times, and you probably generally understand it, but actually think about that for a second. Because if you think about yourself, I bet there are lots of things that are behaviors for you that you don't even realize are your behaviors, but everyone around you does. Everyone knows, like, oh, Elaine is that person who does X and Y and Z, and oh, Carter is that person who does A, B, and C. And everyone around you knows you for those things, whether or not you realize that they do. And you need to think about that from their point of view and understand that when you're late for the third time in 3 weeks, that your boss is going to think that this is a pattern of behavior that you need to find a way to correct. And your boss, vice versa, needs to understand that you might be going through situations. And maybe he needs to be, or she needs to be empathetic and talk to you about it. And the specific example that he gives in the book, I'll leave you with, is it happens in a Modern Family episode. I'll explain the Modern Family example. Claire is the mom of a young girl. Wait for it. Haley. Haley is approaching adulthood very quickly. I think in this episode, she's probably 19 or something. So she's technically an adult, but you know what I mean. And one night she gets really drunk. And Claire knows that it's going to happen. She's been warned about it. And she's all ready to, storm up there and be like, how dare you in my house and my rules, and you're not 21 and you're grounded and all of this stuff. And she walks in and she sees what Haley looks like, because she's, her hair is a hot mess. She's obviously been getting sick. She is not having a good time. And Claire walks over to her and, kind of sits down on the floor and says, bad night. Because she knows. She knows what's going on. And she knows that she will have to be a disciplinarian later. But right now, Haley just needs her mom. And those are the kind of shoes that you have to step in when you become a parent. Looking forward to it.